Jewish settlers have agreed to quit an outpost that has become a flashpoint for clashes with Palestinians who also claim the land, officials said, under a deal aimed at addressing an awkward political test for the new Israeli government, as Bennett was once a leader of the settler movement and heads a pro-settler party, putting him at odds with some of his own voter base if the settlers were forcibly evicted. China's President Xi Jinping told crowds gathered in Beijing that the era of China being bullied was over and that anyone who tried to separate the party and the Chinese people was doomed to failure as celebrations to mark 100 years of the Communist Party got underway in the Chinese capital. Canadian indigenous group said on Wednesday a search using ground-penetrating radar has found 182 human remains in unmarked graves at a site near a former Catholic church-run residential school that housed indigenous children taken from their families. The latest discovery follows reports of similar findings at two other such church-run schools, one of more than 600 unmarked graves and another of 215 bodies. A heatwave that smashed high-temperature records in western Canada and the U.S. Northwest has left a rising death toll in its wake as officials brace for more sizzling weather. The wave has stretched emergency services, with at least 486 people dying suddenly since Friday in the Vancouver area, according to Canadian police. Russia and China countries are coordinating military exercises to threaten not only Taiwan but also Hawaii, according to a senior Japanese defense official who warned the United States to beware of a Pearl Harbor-style surprise attack. A U.S. guarantee that it will never unilaterally leave the Iran nuclear deal again is vital to a successful conclusion of talks in Vienna on the terms of Washington's return to the agreement, the Iranian ambassador to the UN has said. President Joe Biden signed 3 separate laws that dismantle part of the Trump era, blocking payday lenders from avoiding caps on interest rates, restricting climate-warming greenhouse gas emissions from oil and gas drilling, and ending rules on how the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission settles claims. Myanmar authorities released more than 2,000 anti-coup protesters from prisons across the country on Wednesday, including local journalists jailed after reporting critically on the junta's bloody crackdown. Myanmar has been rocked by massive protests and a brutal military response since the February coup that ousted Aung San Suu Kyi and her government. Pakistan corona situation remains constant. 40 people have died of coronavirus in 24 hours across the country. 1037 new patients caught the virus. The rate of positive cases stands at 2.2. Chinese ambassador to Islamabad handed over 200 oxygen concentrators to NDMA at the ceremony. The ceremony was attended by officials from the Chinese Embassy, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and NDMA. Prime Minister Imran Khan on Thursday said that Pakistan accepted Beijing's version regarding the treatment of Uyghurs in China's Xinjiang province. He also said that it was hypocritical that while the Uyghur situation in Hong Kong were being highlighted, attention was not being given to the human rights violations in occupied Kashmir. Interior Minister Sheikh Rashid on Thursday categorically rejected an irresponsible statement by India's Minister of State for Home Affairs regarding alleged drone attack in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. New Delhi should provide evidence supporting its allegations against Pakistan, Sheikh Rashid said while addressing a press conference in Rawalpindi. In-camera meeting of the Parliamentary Committee on National Security commenced at the Parliament House to discuss several important issues, including the situation in Afghanistan. Apart from the internal situation, the in-camera session is being briefed about the situation in Afghanistan, India, and Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir IOJK, said sources. Pakistan and India exchange list of prisoners. There are 51 ordinary Indian citizens and 558 fishermen in prison in Pakistan. According to the list, 345 Pakistani prisoners are in Indian custody. Indian prisoners include 271 civilians, 74 fishermen, Foreign Office spokesman said. In Karachi, blind youth staged a sit-in in front of the Sindh Assembly for not providing employment. 2 protesters fainted during the protest. The policeman fed the food to blind youths. The government announced a hike of Rs2 per litre in the prices of MS petrol, raising it to Rs 112.69 from 110.69, while it announced an increase of Rs 1.44 per litre in the prices of high-speed diesel, which would now be sold at Rs 113.99 compared to old price of Rs 112.55. Renowned TV actor Untitled has passed away, a family member confirmed. The actor had been chronically ill for some time and had issued a statement on Saturday requesting his fans to pray for his health.